Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of This Is Our Life. This episode is about guns. Okay, I well, we were at the hospital today, and you're sitting there, waiting for them to do this or do that or whatever. Well, what do? You pick up a magazine, right? Well, I was looking at Field and Stream and a couple of other magazines. Yes, I actually was looking at a Martha Stewart magazine. Yes, I like to cook, and there were some very
Good recipes in there.
yeah, very enticing recipes. But anyway, I
Oh, what?
noticed something interesting, not in the Martha Stewart magazine, but in our boy. Oh, I guess you can't see that, but our boy John got me real good.
He even got the shirt.
Yeah, I got my shirt too. I guess you can't see it, but anyway, but it looks a little better now. But anyway, I noticed a new trend. I thought it was interesting, and that is there is what some are referring to as the modern sporting rifle. I would grab an example from behind me, but I put all the rifles, well, not all the rifles, but some of the rifles are here, some of the rifles are elsewhere. But the rifle I wanted to grab is up there, so I'm not going to get up and bother to take it down. I found it interesting because, first of all, I would never hunt with a 223 caliber rifle. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say I would never hunt with one. I would never hunt deer unless it was, you know, truly a pure survival issue because the round just isn't big enough. I mean, I would put the poor animal in misery more than anything else. I mean, I'd eventually kill it, but
Follow it.
the Mosin, on the other hand, that would take one down. Probably, get a good clean shot with a Mosin on a deer, even a moose. Geez, my cousin hunts. One of my cousins hunts moose with a 308, and up in Canada, and um, Mosin is about the same. So, and it kicks like a mule. But anyway, they had these rifles of hunting caliber. I mean, they're hunting caliber rifles, but the platform looks like an AR or an HK or that type of rifle, and I find it interesting that we're going in that direction because first we had the wood stocks. First we had wood stocks, then laminate stocks, and now we have this synthetic plastic stocks. Like my wife's rifle is that synthetic stuff. Lucky.
Lucky, hush.
Um,
Be quiet, baby.
and now we're moving to the AR sort of lucky.
Lucky, stop.
The AR sort of platform for the modern sporting rifle, the modern sporting rifle. I just found that interesting. I'm not a hunter, although I was talking to my wife about that today. I was like, well, maybe I should find somebody around here who could take me out and teach me because I don't know how to field dress or anything. Even though sometimes I'm interested, and then most of the time I'm like, no, I don't want to hurt the poor thing. But I just find it interesting that we've moved to that sort of platform because they're semi-automatic rifles. Well, I mean, other hunting rifles are semi-automatic too. Some are anyway. Um, the 308 I used to have was a bolt action, so it was a single shot. But and my first 22 was a bolt action. Oh, that was a long time ago. It was like 30, 35 years ago. Anyway, I think a 22 is a great starting rifle. Not just a starting rifle. I think everybody should have a 22 because it.
You have to shoot squirrels with it.
Yeah, and like with the AR, if I were to, if I were to hunt with that, I might go after a turkey. We have turkey here, a possum, a coon. I wouldn't hit a squirrel with it because I think I'd obliterate it.
A rabbit.
Yeah, I might go after a rabbit. Now I
We
noticed.
don't see many rabbits.
No, we don't. I noticed in one of the magazines they're hunting jackrabbit.
Sheesh.
I'm like,
I think it'd be tough as shoe leather.
yeah. Now in Texas we had a lot of jackrabbits.
But ow.
I never. The only time I knew of people shooting them was because they're sort of like the varmint kind of
Pest.
thing. Yeah, they're a pest. They'll eat the grass for your livestock. But I don't hunting to. I mean, what do you aside from just killing them to get rid of them?
Target shoot.
Yeah, or target practice. What's the point in shooting a jackrabbit? You're not going to get a whole lot of meat off those things. They're
You know,
bone and
boiling to
skin.
death.
Yeah, and I just wouldn't think they would.
Taste good.
Yeah, a jackrabbit.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
be very tender, I would think.
Yeah. Now, I
Very
mean,
tough.
yeah, because they're big, but they're bony.
They're not fat.
No, they don't have a lot of meat on them.
Not like a cottontail or
Right, right. Cottontails, all that,
fat.
yeah.
Fluff.
So I don't know if anybody knows why you would hunt a jackrabbit for sport, for game. Tell me, because I don't know. It makes no sense to me. But also, the new sporting rifle, Lucky, the modern sporting rifle, is similar, is like the AR or the HK platform, and I just thought that was interesting. I would never have thought that because you have all these anti-gun people saying, oh, who needs an AR? Who needs multi-shot? Actually, before the American Revolution, there were multi-shot flintlocks. A lot of people. There were several different people who made them, both in the Americas and Europe. And the reason that the militaries did not want to use the multi-shot flintlocks, their argument was the soldiers would waste too many
Bullets.
bullets, musket balls, the balls, and powder. That was their reasoning for not using multi-shot
In other words, they
rifles.
know what the hell they're talking about.
Right, right. And so they stayed with single shot flintlocks, and later we went to single shot. Anyway,
So you get your head
percussion.
shot off.
Yeah. So, um, semi-auto rifles have been around for a long time. So yes, the founding fathers did know about semi-automatic rifles.
They just didn't
They
admit it.
Well, they just didn't want the soldiers to have them because they thought they would waste ammo and powder. But anyway, so if anybody has any comments on this, I find it interesting that people are moving to the semi-auto HKAR platform for hunting rifles. I just, I mean, to me, if I'm going to go out and hunt, frankly, I'm going to want to use as little ammo as I can. I want one good, clean shot. That's what I want. I want to take it down, hopefully with one shot. That Mosin would obliterate the heart of a deer. So it would go down fast. But,
It would hurt even if you shot him in the butt.
Yeah.
Pretty do a lot of damage.
Yeah. So, and then there are people who hunt deer with shotguns. My
Oh gosh.
my elementary school principal, well,
You're gonna have to pick the lead out.
yeah, I went to many elementary schools. Many, many, many. Probably far more than most, even far more than most Army brats do. Well, maybe not far more than most Army brats, but anyway, I was at my grandparents, and my grandmother had this thin little steak and said, "Try this." I'm like, "What is it?" "Just try it." "What is it?" "Just try it." "Yes, ma'am." When your grandmother tells you to try it, I cut a little piece off. I tasted it. Very gamey, very, very strong. And yes, there were little, there were BBs in there, but
nice crunch.
well, I mean, you could see where because it was so thinly
You know what I mean,
sliced.
though.
Yeah. And when I was in Devereaux, they oh yeah, if you're eating right now, you better stop. When I was in Devereaux, they had all these stray cats out back by the, I was about to say back up by. They had all these stray cats living out in the woods by the mess hall, the dining hall. And one day they just weren't there anymore.
Uh-oh.
And we got served a stew. And the meat, it was cubed, and they had pellets, shotgun pellets.
That was kind of nasty.
Well, you know, I mean, nobody's gonna serve a bunch of punk kids. Yes, I was a punk kid. I had my issues.
Yeah, Maggie just heard you.
Oh.
He says, cat? Wow.
Is gonna serve these kids their good venison or whatever.
Maggie.
That was cat that we were eating.
Ugh.
C-A-T, not K-A-T, cat. So if you're watching this,
Ugh.
I'm not talking about eating you. We're not gonna.
I don't care if it is a stray cat. I mean.
You know. But anyway, so I better end this video. Bye.
Yeah.